And we are back. All right, we're gonna talk about IGTV today, and I didn't want to just do a video straight out of the box, because if you do a video straight out of the box, you really don't know all the ins and outs of what IGTV is going to work for you personally. So I have my opinions on what I have found through the last week of shooting vertical content. So let's get to those thoughts. Okay, IGTV launches, and I'm watching this all happen right before my eyes, and I'm like, okay, this is awesome, because I was the guy that was actually creating vertical content. What I was doing was producing vertical content for my Snapchat fam, because I got tired of watching Snapchat stories that were just irrelevant, that were just sporadic things here and there. So I was actually producing content for Snapchat, chunking it down to 10-second increments, and then what I would do is take that and transpose it over to my Instagram stories, and then the Instagram stories would transport over to my Facebook stories, and I was hitting all contents at once, and I loved it. Now, was I getting paid for any of it? Nope. But that's not, when you're a creator, you just love to create. You love to share the content. You like to tell the story. And so this gives me the opportunity to engage with my audiences. And they were all different age groups. Since I'm an old dude at 48, Snapchat's 18 to 35. Generally, sometimes you have, a lot of younger people. And then you go into Instagram stories, which is searchable content. It makes it easier for people to find you. Facebook is just Facebook. I don't really Facebook. So what I'm saying though is when IGTV launched, I was like, okay, finally I can upload my content and I don't have to worry about chunking it down. I can just put it right in there. And I was thrilled. But before I just went out and did this video, I wanted to see how it would work. So I've been able to create 2 stories so far, and if you've noticed on IGTV, everyone's uploading their old content, which is fine. I've done that with a couple videos as well, but producing new content, I wanted to see how it was gonna happen. So what I've noticed though, there's 2 things that has happened, is that vertical video has its own challenges, right? So vertical video in itself, when I first started creating vertical videos, I was using my cell phone. Now the cell phone is great, because nobody ever talks about this section. Cell phone content, creating vertical videos is great because that's the way we're doing it. You're holding it, you're running around, running and gunning. You need to upgrade to using like some sort of a handheld device, a stabilizer, a gimbal, whatever you want to use to create good content. Now the problem came into play is I just purchased this camera. That's what I'm shooting on now, and that is the Canon M50. I love this camera. You can watch a review that I've done on this camera. It is an amazing camera. I love it. Here's the problem. Creating IGTV content using this camera, I don't like. And I say that because here's the thing. You've got the flip out screen. You flip the thing sideways. The flip out screen sticks up at the top. As you have it up at the top, you're walking around, you're looking at the screen up top, you're shooting. I just didn't like, I don't like anything about it. Honestly, I mean, it was a pain. And trying to frame my shots and trying to think through, and then I'm like, wow, this would be better content I can put on YouTube. And so then my mind goes, why am I shooting vertical? I should be going back to, and it would, oh, it was brutal. So the first video I did trying this format was we went to a drive-in movie theater, because we like to do that once a year. So I used the Canon M50, we shot everything vertical video, did drone footage, had a great time, and then I came back and I shot like 3 segments on that. I did a hyperlapse on my cell phone, and there was something else on my cell phone, so I brought both footages over. And I guess I never really thought about it. Using your normal DSL cameras or whatever camera you're gonna be using, when you transport that into Final Cut Pro, it transports in horizontally, right? Not vertically. When your cell phone footage comes in, it comes in vertically. So editing, oh my goodness, every clip I would have to rotate the clip to vertical, and then after it was rotated to vertical, I'd have to save those and then paste them and then change. I just was driving me nuts. I was like, oh, I have to do this to every clip. There's gotta be a better way. And so this was the dilemma I've just noticed in the last week, is that my wonderful camera that I've purchased, this Canon M50, I wanna use it for YouTube. I wanna use it for great content. Now, not saying that IGTV is not going to be great content, it's just the fact is that it's vertical content, and I just think it has a different place, if that makes sense. Yes, I get it, it has more landscape when you're scrolling through, and that's how people are looking. I understand all of that, but to be creating content that you really really like, and the buttery smooth slow transitions and all those things. I just think YouTube has it hands down, and creating high definition 4K, all that fun stuff on YouTube is the way to go. But IGTV has a place, and that is to provide, I liken it like this. Here's the best way I can do it. You have an artist, a singing artist, right? And they put out an EP, and an EP comes out, what, every 6 months to a year? And you can't wait for this artist to download these songs. They have like 12 songs on their EP. You can't wait for it, but it only comes out once a year. That is kind of like YouTube, right? Some of you are producing content more often than I am on YouTube, which is fine. I'm doing okay on YouTube. I'm pretty happy with that, over 7,000. But the thing is that what IGTV is that same artist, instead of waiting for that content to come out that is really, really good, you're producing like one-hit wonders, little one-hitters giving behind the scenes, and that's what I see IGTV is. Giving those little nuggets to your audiences while they're waiting for a better video content to come out. Does that make sense? That's what I see IGTV is. I see it as an opportunity to be able to share more daily type stuff, just not to the caliber as that you would produce for a YouTube video. That being said, I had to find another nuance. I just went to audition. It was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Now, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a great TV thing, and it was fun, it was enjoyable. I thought it would be a great IGTV opportunity to shoot video for, so therefore that's what I did. I took, I was gonna shoot vertical video, and instead of starting out with this camera, the Canon M50, I found myself going back to my wonderful handheld device using this. And I'm thinking this is the way I'm gonna have to go. Because when I'm gonna do IGTV, it's just easier to come back to my cell phone using a gimbal than it is to use this wonderful Canon M50. Especially when I'm transporting it over, it's faster to edit. I'm skipping all the steps of moving the video to vertical, making sure it lines up. I'm skipping all of that. I can just transport it in, stick it in Final Cut, move everything over, start editing, chopping, whatever, and being able to. So this is I think gonna be my secret for IGTV. I'm gonna go back to cell phone footage for IGTV and going and staying with my Canon M50 for all of my stuff that I wanna do on my daily vlogs or what I'm doing for YouTube. So that's my tip, that's my trick, that's what I've decided to do. We can get into different Canon. I'm actually shooting on to Galaxy S9 is what I use. And I love this camera, especially, and I'm using an Evo Shift. I did a review on the Evo Shift as well, but that was using because the Evo Shift, actually you can use a GoPro on it as well. So I love this setup for this type of scenario. Now, will I be producing stuff and content for IGTV every day? No, I'm probably thinking I'm gonna produce something 1 to 2 times a week, something that would be fun. And then I can still use that content if I want to, chunk it down and put it on my Snapchat scenario in my Snapchat story. So that would be great. So this is where I'm at. This is where I'm coming from. I think IGTV has a place on where it's gonna fit in. I am staying with YouTube, and I'm pouring all my efforts back into YouTube because in the long run, I just see it as a better platform as far as like where everything is being built. Now in the future, IGTV might grow, but you still have to build that viewership, that audience. And so we're gonna just see how it all shakes out. But this is what I've learned after 2 weeks of IGTV. Was that helpful? I don't know. I don't know, I really like the platform, guys. So anyway, I'd hope, I just wanted to do a quick video, nothing spectacular, just a review, some thoughts versus running around and running and gunning all the time. So hope that helps, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, hit me up in the comments. Always, always, always subscribe. Who doesn't need subscribers? And if you're around and you want to click the little bell, click that little bell, because that would be cool too. And I am out until we meet again.